Hey, how's it going, y'all? Hey, how's it going? Where are you guys viewing from tonight? London. English. Si habla no español. Ohio in the building. Huh. London, London, London. Interesting. No, I'm not Spanish. I wouldn't call myself American either. Not too proud to be an American. No, I haven't been to London. I haven't. Never been overseas. Huh. All right. Let's see here. What's going on in the energy? Yeah. I got my passport probably like 2 years ago and just haven't been able to make it overseas or anything. Hey, Carlos. Yeah, I definitely want to go overseas for sure. I'm trying to travel all over the world, but I gotta wait, pretty much. Gotta wait. I don't want to do too much solo traveling. It just doesn't feel safe as much, especially being a woman. Hi, Chris. So yeah. I feel like my travel will come when my lover comes in. I definitely feel that. All right. So I got some significant downloads here. This could be for someone who's watching or someone who watches the replay. But let's see here. I was picking up on some puppies, or someone's dog has parvo. I was also picking up on the song Hush by LL Cool J. And what I was picking up on that song, this is someone who is very much a strong leader type of male. They're very dominant. They're very much a provider. I was also picking up on like this 50 Shades of Grey energy. You're on mushrooms. I want to try a mushroom one day. NBA Youngboy is significant. Crows are heavily significant. Also, sunny side up eggs are significant. Someone may have a bulldog terrier mix. There's something significant about the cat being out the bag here. So there is some tea that you may have recently found out. Okay, something that you've recently found out about somebody around you. Army green clothing item was recently bought also as well. Someone also has eggs Benedict on toast. And also someone recently found out about a Virgo. Is particularly an okay, that's someone who's a secret enemy or a frenemy of yours. And then I was picking up on he's lying to me, I'm lying to him. That line by Meg Thee Stallion. So Meg Thee Stallion can be significant, but also what I was picking up on is somebody's dealing with somebody who's tit for tat. So they have like a tit for tat energy. Okay, so that'll let you know that this is your message. Those are the significant confirmations. Just a moment. $555 is significant. You've been seeing 555, 55, fives. This is indicating some sort of change here. I can't remember what I named the live, but what I was picking up on, what Spirit was telling me was to relax pretty much. There is something that is literally getting moved in this energy, and it's going to take for you to allow some sort of patience and also stillness. Okay, I think I said something about stillness, so it's going to take some sort of stillness also as well here for you to get the answers that you're needing and the answers that you're wanting, that you're inquiring at this time. What's going on with the collective energy? What's the messages that needs to be passed along at this time? I'm hearing do not engage. Some of you may be encountering somebody who is going to try to knock you off balance. It may have been a little while since you've heard from this person. Some of you, it may be, I'm picking up on like a couple weeks of somebody who you may not have heard from. You may have been ignoring. You may run into somebody. I'm hearing also grocery store. So you may run into this person at the grocery store. You may just run into this person. This person can be tracking you also as well as what I'm picking up on. So someone could be kind of figuring out your moves or trying to figure out where you're at. I'm picking up on this energy of somebody who knows your routine. So this is somebody who knows your routine and may try to coincidentally, you know, run into you somewhere, okay? But this person is strategically trying to run into you because they know your routine. I'm hearing switch up your routine. You may even want to switch up the grocery store that you go to. I think sometimes, like, what'd be really sad is just be seeing how people just be coming in here and just be saying anything, and it just, and I feel like they really try to like hurt your feelings, but it really doesn't, like, it really doesn't hurt at all. Like, it really shows how insecure y'all be, because retired stripper turned into a tarot reader, like, is really beyond me. It's really crazy. Like, I honestly laugh at the things that y'all be coming in here saying, trying to insult someone. It's really actually pretty funny to me. It's really comical, the things that you guys come up with when you don't even know the person and never been a stripper before. But hey, definitely gonna be one for my man though. We definitely gonna have a poll, okay? I've definitely tried to ban them from the chat. I think it's like you put them in timeout or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's really stupid. Yeah, I know. I know. Sometimes I like to give them that little bit of attention because a lot of times it really shuts them down every single time. So, but welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. All right, what else is going on with the collective at this time? But yeah, so I was picking up on some of you may want to change your your moves, okay? Your routine or the location that you usually go to. Switch it up for a little bit. Just if it's convenient, you know, if it's not convenient, that's okay. But it's just, this is for your awareness that somebody may be, you know, watching you, and trying to figure out, you know, trying to strategically run into you. And they may cause a little bit of chaos. This could be because you're ignoring them. And these people, they don't really like being ignored. So their ego could be getting very bruised right now at this time. But what I'm picking up on is this is something that you don't necessarily need at this time, is dealing with, you know, problematic people. I feel like this is an energy to where you've kind of always dealt with certain problematic type of people. And it's kind of really pushed your buttons. So a lot of times when Spirit shows me like these pushing buttons, it's like this energy of somebody who, yeah, justice. Someone could be dealing with a Libra. All right, or this could just be your justice this Libra season. And I'm looking at this sword also as well. So this is somebody that you definitely cut off. Someone that you have, you know, have not been really in contact with. I'm looking at this red energy and this heart, or this green energy, and it's pulling me towards solar plexus, heart chakra, and root chakra. So that can be significant at this time for you, is you could be working on your fears and your stability. Also regaining some sort of confidence also as well. This has something to do with like an inner wound, some sort of insecurity also. This insecurity could be stemming from you not necessarily using your discernment. Okay, so some of you, or for someone in here, you're picking up on this energy of your confidence has kind of like took a step back because you felt like your your discernment was off. But this is just you rebalancing. So this is just you kind of rebalancing your energy. This could also be in regards to that green energy that I was picking up on, is you kind of opening your heart more to, you know, what you desire at this time, is what I'm picking up on. I feel like you're really pouring back into yourself, because I feel like this is something that you really truly desire and want at this time. Like, I feel like you really sat with yourself and it's like, okay, something's different. Like, something's got to shake here, is what I'm picking up on. Like, it's something to where you just really feel like you owe it to yourself in regards to pouring back into yourself and really truly just not listening to the outer chowder. Someone could be eating chowder, some sort of like soup, but or some sort of chowder here. But what I was also picking up on was outer chatter. So there's like some outer chatter that's going on. And so what I was also picking up on earlier today, what Spirit was telling me, was talking to me about, was I was in a space to where I always would involve other people, as far as like my family, like people that I was closest to. I would always involve them in my moves and telling them what I'm going to do, or I would always involve them in my decision making. So it's like it was either my friends or my mom, or, you know, my grandma or my dad or my ex-boyfriend at the time. It's like I always included them in what I decided to do in like my decision makings. And so with this energy, I'm picking up on, this is something that someone may be experiencing also, that you're trying to let go of also as well. And this is something to where you're wanting to trust more of your own decision making, trusting more of yourself. This could be someone who may have grew up in like a very close-knit family, to where you've been very close to family, and it's like you guys have all kind of just shared your thoughts or shared your, you know, aspiration, dreams, or manifestations, like, you know, or always shared like what you have planned and what you're going to do. And this is something to where it's kind of like taking yourself away from the nest, to where you don't need that, you don't need that anymore. And this is something to where it's kind of, you know, had you at some sort of like crutch in a sense, because it's made you feel more comfortable inside of your decision makings and not necessarily trusting yourself fully. And that's something that I definitely was, you know, have felt. Yeah, truth card on the bottom of the deck. This is clarity. All right, so this is somebody's clarity. You're definitely dealing with this at this time. Is really kind of just, yeah, you depended on too many people's opinions. You depended on too many people's you know, decision for you. You know, it's like am I making the right decision? And it's like, but it's literally your decision of what you want to do. But it's like you would seek out, you know, other people if you were making the right decision. And if they told you yes, then it's like, okay, finally, like I can settle in my heart that I'm actually, you know, right about this. And it's like, why did you have to have someone else's validation to tell you that you was right about something that you was already thinking of? Or, you know, someone could have told you that this was a bad idea and you didn't really necessarily feel that in your heart. You felt it was different, you know, for yourself. So this is something to where making your own decisions and keeping these decisions and these plans quiet at this time. There's no need to tell anybody what you got going on, what you're about to do, you know, in regards to your moves right now, because this is something to where Spirit wants you to literally solely focus on yourself and align with yourself. This is a new energy that you're walking in with the Ace of Wands energy. This is new energy. So this is new energy that you're walking into. It's like you're trusting yourself now, or Spirit's trying to get you to trust more of your own decision and what you actually truly want to do, instead of having someone else's influence, is what I'm picking up on. Because sometimes I'm picking up on this influence of other people could have been something that didn't necessarily work in your best favor. And it's something that you learned, you know, later on down the road, that you couldn't necessarily trust this person's judgment. It could be just something mainly like a title, you know, like for instance, you know, say you go to your parents, or you go to your mom, or you go to a specific aunt or uncle for advisement, and you're noticing that this person is not necessarily emotionally available, for one, is what I'm picking up on. And also they don't have enough experience in the direction that you're going, is what I'll say. They don't have enough experience in the direction that you're going. They have experience, but they don't have the experience in the direction that you're going. So it's like they can lead you down a direction that they went, and with their experience, but the experience that you're more so looking for, the insight that you're looking for, is in a different direction. Because this is something to where these people that you may have been getting advisement from, they don't necessarily understand your viewpoint with certain things. So they've kind of distorted your version of your own trusting of yourself here, is what I'm picking up on. All right, what else here? What's this Justice? Yeah, King of Pentacles energy. Yeah, like I said, there's something that is holding on to your energy. Like I said, somebody needs to change up their routine. Because like I said, there's something that you're getting some sort of justice for. Like I said, someone could possibly dealing with a Libra. Doesn't have to be, but this season is something that you definitely walked away from in regards to something or somebody. And I can be talking to a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo here that did definitely come out here. But someone may be holding on to your energy, or this could be you calling back your energy, pulling it back here. And trusting like yourself again. Yeah, yeah. There's some sort of new transformation that you got going on. You could be preparing for union at this time. All right, this could be union with yourself, or you could be meeting your divine counterpart here. This could be something that you may have had to balance out within your mind. You know, there's a lot of things that you were needing to balance out in regards to your thought process and the things that you were needed to think about or sacrifice at this time. You know, you may have had a lot of you know, overthinking that may have been going on. Yeah, because like I said, I labeled this message. Spirit told me something about being still so that you are able to receive the messages that you're supposed to be receiving. You can be seeing 222 very heavy is what I'm picking up on also as well here. 12 is very significant for you as well. You can be seeing your birthday on the time also. When you see your birthday on the time, this has something to do with your evolvement. You're evolving. Butterflies are very heavy at this time as well as significance. I'm seeing they're showing me a fence. So this is something to where you may be kind of on the fence of certain things, or, you know, a little bit defensive at this time, or just really kind of needing to put up those boundaries and those fences. Like I said, there's people that may be trying to get into your energy, and this could be little subtle ways. You know, this could be just little fake checkups, like they check up on you. You know, these could be people that are like keep on wanting to check up on you, as if they kind of care now. So it's like you can notice, like, when you pulled your energy back, when you decided to really kind of lock in, or when you decided to kind of, you know, take some time away from people, it's like now all of a sudden they want to start, you know, doing checkups. Now all of a sudden they want to start checking on you and calling you and seeing how you're doing. And, oh, I just was checking, you know, I haven't heard from you in a while. I just, you know, and it's like, it's something to where you just heard from them. Yeah, you're on the fence. Like I said, there's a fence that you need to put up. You're on guard. Okay, or you're needing to put some sort of guard up here. All right. Like I said, there's somebody that may be coming around trying to be very much emotionally so-called available for you, but they're very much sneaky. They may come in with this charm also as well here. This could be a feminine that may try to come in with this charm, but they're very sneaky here. They're not to be trusted, okay? So like I said, put some sort of energetic boundary up here, some sort of guard up. But it's definitely giving like monitoring spirits vibes. So this may be people that are trying to monitor you, trying to check up on you, and see what you got going on. Like I said, in very subtle ways. So it's like, it can seem as if like that charming energy, like I said, it can seem as if that it's innocent, but their spirit knows exactly what you're doing. Their spirit knows that you're leveling up, that you're raising your vibration. And so with this being said, they're trying to tamper. They're trying to tamper in it, okay? Yeah, I can be talking to a masculine here, all right? Aries energy, you may be an Aries, doesn't have to be. Masculine energy's been coming out a lot, so I've been talking to the masculines a lot lately, okay? Heavily been talking to the masculines a lot. But I feel like that's just because it's y'all's turn, really. You know, it's heavily y'all's turn to for y'all's transformation at this time. Yeah, Knight of Wands energy. Stand your ground heavily right now, okay? Stand your ground heavily. You could have these flighty, like a flighty energy, very much in and out energy as well here. You could be feeling a little bit hot-tempered to where, you know, you're kind of like little things is kind of starting to piss you off or kind of irritating you. Like you're very irritable also at this point. So just little things is kind of just, you know, annoying you to where you just don't necessarily want to deal with certain people at this time. And this could do because of the things that you may have recently found out about a lot of people. So this is that energy to where if you feel a little bit, if like say for instance, you know, people that you usually aren't usually like short with, like you usually like have long drawn out conversations, or you know, you kind of express a little bit more, or you know, you talk a certain type of way, and now you're kind of just using just a couple of words or just a word or so, or just kind of trying to keep it a little bit short and not necessarily, you know, really engaging in the conversation. This is something to where I'm picking up, because I'm hearing you acting funny. So this is something to where somebody may be feeling like you're acting funny because it's like you already set this boundary to where, yeah, Queen of Wands energy, this could be a feminine that's maybe trying to come around. Picking up on family also as well here. But someone may not kind of like your energetic boundaries. They don't like the way you, I'm picking up on someone's mother also, someone's mom maybe bothering them also as well here. You may be seeing a different version of your mom is what I'm picking up on. This is like something that you've kind of never seen. I'm picking up on someone's father also as well. So this is family also is what I'm picking up on. So this is an energy. Hold on, y'all. Anything that is not supposed to be around me, I command to leave right now as I speak, Ashe. Anything that is not supposed to be around me, I command to leave right now as I speak, Ashe. Okay. So yeah, so this could be someone's mom or this could be someone's dad also as well. Here's what I'm picking up on. This could be something to where you're seeing a different version of them, a different side of them. Like I said, this is kind of that like leaving the nest is what I'm picking up on. So it's like they're so used to you being so clingy, or not necessarily clingy, but they're so used to being, I'm hearing mama's boy. So this may be a mother that is, they're so used to you being a mama's boy, and now it's like it's like you're getting your feet wet for real, but you're a grown ass man is what I'm picking up on. But it's like you've always kept your mom in the loop, okay? And someone could be having sinus issues here, or you got some sort of like nasal, some sort of something going on within your nasal areas. You could be kind of spitting up a lot of like mucus is what I'm picking up on. This is spirit cleansing your energy. Your energy is being cleansed at this time. Someone could be eating more fruits lately as well as what I'm picking up on. So you're getting sick. This sickness is actually a cleanse. So you may kind of be wondering why this sickness has came out of nowhere. You know, you're kind of annoyed by it. Like I said, I'm picking up on someone who's like very annoyed by a lot of little things that is happening. But this is in your good, in your best good, okay? But this is why you're getting cleansed. Your body's getting cleansed. It's like a different, it's like there's a message on my page to where I posted about a more cellular cleanse, to where you're getting cleansed in on a DNA structure level, instead of like, you know, it's not surface level, this cleanse. So check that out on my page. That may resonate for you. Headaches is significant also as well. But like I said, there's some sort of parental figure or parental figures here, or someone who is kind of a little bit challenging right now, because they're not used to you kind of being distant is what I'm picking up on. And this may be like a mom that is single, and is afraid of losing her spot in a sense, especially if you're preparing for a union, to where it's like you may include your mother, or you include them in the loop of everything that you got going in regards to a partner. But this is something to where you're not doing that anymore, because you're definitely stepping into this emperor energy. because this is something to where you was in this energy to where you needed confirmations from your parents, or you needed confirmations from people around you, and now you're stepping out of this energy and moving into someone who knows how to, lead, without having to have any type of advisement. This is something that I was struggling with also, and sometimes, like, I think about it, it bothers me sometimes, because this is something to where I had to get out of my mind of this, of having to ask, if things, sounded right, or if I was on the right track, because it can keep you in a box to where you may not make certain decisions because of the fact that you're not getting confirmation from someone. This is why also, like, my spirit team will challenge me as well, to where I don't lean more on to what's, my spirit team is saying, and lean more into my intuition. That's how you know you're dealing with a high level guide also as well. They don't want to take control. They want you to, focus more on your power and not them being the power. So that's how you know you're dealing with the high level guide also. So heavy on some heavy decision makings at this time is what I'm picking up on. And this could kind of have you, like, in your head also as well here, to where you're kind of feeling like you're not really sure if you're making the right decision, but you are, okay? You are. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. You got something else that you're manifesting. You're working on this manifestation here. You're building your strength at this time. Someone could be a Leo also as well here. You don't have to be, but someone may be a Leo. A Virgo is significant also as well. Capricorn is significant. Taurus is significant. Gemini is significant. Sagittarius is significant. Pisces is significant also. Empress energy here. Earth sign energy. There's an energy to where you're in a new season now. So when you're in this new season with these manifestations, you know that you can't necessarily tell anybody what you got going on now. Like, it was okay for you to do it in, like, your younger years, in a sense. You still kind of get your feet wet and everything, but it's like now, it's like I'm seeing this person, like, feeling like they got to boss up now. Like, it's something to where you just feel like you got to boss up now. Like, it's like, all right, it's time to put my big boy, big girl panties on, and kind of just boss up right now is what I'm picking up on. This is also something to where you've been made aware of people that haven't been in your best interest. So now you can't necessarily tell these people what you got going on, because they may try to go against your manifestations. They may speak against your manifestations. They may smile in your face as if they desire this for you. They want this for you. Oh my God, yes, that would be so great for you. I can see that, but you can see right through them now because the veil has been lifted. So it's like they're fake smiles. So it's like you understand what the fake smiles is now. So now you have to move more strategic when it comes to your planning, when it comes to your manifestations, when it comes to your moves and the things that you're wanting to go towards, or the things that you're wanting to bring into fruition. Because if you open your mouth too soon, this is something to where your manifestations may draw back, because you got people that are preying on your downfall. People that you actually trusted, but they're preying on your downfall in the background. So it's like like I said, it's the mask of a fake smile. What else here for the collective? I'm hearing that song by Mary J. Blige, My Life. If you look in my life and see what I see. La, da, 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 da. Yeah. Take your time, baby, don't you rush a thing. Yeah. Someone grew up in poverty. Someone grew up in poverty. And this has really kind of taken a toll on you in a sense. It's taken a toll on you of growing up in poverty. You may have grew up seeing your mom struggle as a single mom or a single parent, or your family struggled growing up here. And it's like, this is something that you just refuse. You just do not want you don't want the struggle for your family. So I feel like I'm talking to a man right now, a provider. And so it's like you hold on to a lot of weight. You hold on to a lot of burdens here because you grew up in poverty and it's like you feel like you just never want to be in that space. Like you never want to be broke again is what I'm picking up on. So it's like you overextend yourself. You overextend yourself to people around you. And it's like, I'm picking up on gift giver also as well. So you may be someone who tries to make sure you take care of every single body around you. Like you make sure to take care of people on Christmas and things like that. Like you make sure, like it's like you will go without, confirmation just for someone else to have something. And this is where you're causing burnout for yourself because it's okay to think about other people, but you're thinking about other people more than yourself. And that's something that you're understanding more, is because it's kind of got you nowhere, because you sat back and you looked around and it's like, I'm overextending for everybody else around me, that people pleasing energy. So it's like you've overextended around you for everybody around you, but it's like, when has anybody really actually asked me if I'm doing okay? Like, it's, people regularly be like, hey, how's it going? But it's like, there's no depths to it. It's very much surface level. And it's like, and if it ain't got nothing to do with them, then they're not necessarily invested in you, is what I'm picking up on. Integration. Okay? Integration. You're shifting, you're changing right now. All right, this is that snake energy. I look up and there's 9 people in the chat. That is the year of the snake. It is a 9 year. Okay, so you're definitely integrating right now. You're shifting, you're changing. There's a lot of things that you're shedding at this time. A lot of growth is happening. What's going on? It feels light, but it feels heavy at the same time. Like, it's like the lightness comes from you avoiding it. So it's like when you're avoiding your feelings, your emotions, what you feel truly deep down in your heart and in your spirit, you avoid it. So it's like when you're good, you're in an energy of where you're in an avoidance energy, so you're not thinking about yourself. But when you actually sit and think about yourself and think about, your mental health, and think about, where you could be, or think about just you in general, you get anxious. It's like this energy comes up to where you don't want to think about it, so you may hide yourself in work, bury yourself in work, or bury yourself in helping and tending to other people. because this is something to where it takes you away and it takes your mind off of sitting with yourself. And so spirit has literally revealed so many things around you to where you have no choice but to sit with yourself. You have no choice but to face yourself, literally, is what I'm picking up on. Yes, with that inner integration, okay? Because you were ignoring yourself. You was ignoring what you truly, this could be showing up as body aches also as well here, like to the point to where you got sick also, or someone got sick to where you have to sit down. Like it's like you got sicknesses back to back to where you have to sit down. You know, and it's like this is something to where you never really get sick, or you never really have these type of issues, and then all of a sudden you got all these issues and you feel like your life is crumbling apart, but really it's integration. Ashe. What else? Heavy on writing is what I'm picking up on. You may not be interested in really actually sitting down and writing, but when you actually sit down and write, it will be very much easier for you. Someone transmutes by music, as far as like someone may write rhymes, or you may kind of write like raps. You don't really take it too serious, but you write raps, okay? And actually I'm picking up on you're pretty good at it. It's just you don't really take it serious. It's just a way of alchemizing is what I'm picking up on. It's a way of you kind of just releasing what you feel, your emotions, you're getting it out on paper. So it's like you talk about the roughness, or you talk about your life in these rhymes or in this music here is what you do. What else? I'm picking up on someone who feels alone. Like it's like your homies or your boys or your friends, your girlfriends, they don't necessarily get you. Like they don't really get you. They're not really, they're very surface level, you know, and it's like you kind of try to like open up, you know, about certain things or talk to these people about these things, but it's like it doesn't click. It doesn't really click. Yeah, feminine energy. All right. You're a rapper? Wow. That's crazy. Feminine energy is significant here. You're balancing out your feminine energy, okay? Whether you are masculine or you're feminine, you're balancing out that energy of softness, being able to receive, being able to rest. The energy of feminine energy, divine feminine energy, is being able to rest. Okay, so it's like, men, you have to rest also. You know, you can't always be on the go. You have to take that time to, and that just confirms exactly what I was just talking about, is you have to take some time to come back to yourself, to rest, to not be so much on the go, to tend to yourself, self-care, center yourself, mind, body, and soul, okay? Or else you're going to continue to be out of alignment, and there's going to be so many things that is going to drain you, okay? And this is something to where you guys wasn't necessarily taught to do this, you know? So it's a little bit tough navigating, because you feel like being a provider, you gotta tend to everybody's needs, and when you're not doing so, you feel like you're betraying, or you feel like you're not necessarily a man per se. Like you feel like a man, but it's like you don't feel like you're doing your duty as a man. But your duty as a man is to be balanced. So that means that you also have to balance out your feminine energy. You can't keep giving from a cup that is not full. Okay, that's why this anger is building up, because you're not necessarily coming back to yourself and balancing out that energy that you have to balance within yourself. Because you push away your emotions, you push away your feelings, you know, y'all go through a lot mentally and don't necessarily have nobody to talk to about it that actually will navigate you, where you're in a more balanced state, instead of you going back to just, or you drinking, or, you know, oh, don't worry about it, just go get a beer, or just go to the bar, or just go, you know, be up on one of these hoes, or, you know, whatever the case may be. That's not working for you. And it's like, this is something to where you're discovering like these old patterns is just, it does not work anymore. It has no potency, is what I'm picking up on. Growth on the bottom of the deck. All right, growth. You're growing. Literally, you're maturing. You know, they say that also, I'm sorry ladies, but I feel like I'm really talking to masculines tonight. But I really feel as if, especially with this fall season, these acorns, okay, so you definitely are like getting messages in this fall season. This is something new for you to harvest with this new harvest energy, okay, this fall energy. You're harvesting something that is very beautiful for yourself with this integration. Someone may be born on the in between the 3rd and the 8th of a month. I'm picking up on this energy of not to feel guilty. Not to feel guilty for choosing yourself. The guilt is going to come up to the surface. There's a message on my page about the guilt and the shame also. You may want to check that out. Also, it's in the shorts. But I'm picking up on this energy of not to feel guilty. The guilt is going to come up to the surface because you got to purge it out. You got to cleanse it out. You got to see what you're guilty, what you feel guilty about, because you have to face yourself. So shame, guilt, you know, all that's going to come up to the surface, but it's all, you know, a point in a matter of navigating through it. And I'm hearing let go of perfectionism, because nobody's perfect, and don't measure your journey to someone else's journey. Yeah, this is all about you coming home to yourself. Home energy, okay? Someone could be a Cancer also as well. You may be dealing with Cancer, or this could be that home. Fourth house is Cancer energy, so that rules also, the 4th house rules ancestral energy and you know, generational patterns, home instability as far as family and friends. So you know, this is something to where you're growing out of maybe the hometown. You're growing out of, you know, people that you've always been around, you know, to where it's like it's no bad blood, but it's like we're just not energetically on the same, you know, on the same timeline. Anger on the bottom of the deck, like I said, anger. You may be seeing bees. Bees may be attracted to you. Bees are attracted to high vibration, okay? So if there's bees that are literally swarming around you, you know, bees are attracted to a high vibration. So your vibration is raising. This anger has to do with you not facing your emotions. You know when there's like men, that you will hold in so much energy. You know, you hold in a lot is what I'm picking up on. You know, it's like you taught not to cry. You know, some of you may have lost certain people that was very close to you. You know, you may have lost somebody that was very close to you, and you may not have even really purged and cried when this happened, because you had to stay strong for yourself or stay strong for the family or whatever the case may be, you know, but really that actually hurt you to the core, and you didn't necessarily let that out, so you're holding on to this energetic energy that wanted to come out, but you kept it in, so it's causing a deterioration within your body, within yourself. Some of you have held in so much to where you don't even know how to cry. It's like you gotten so performative of being able to keep it in, and you know, knowing that you felt these, like you felt your eyes start to water, but it's like you kept it in so much, like over the years, to where it's like you're a damn near a pro at it, okay? To where it literally, you feel like you can't even release, and that's a problem. That's a problem, because when you end up being emotional, you know, you have that second nature, which is anger, okay? And it comes out as in, you know, being very angry. And it's not necessarily that you're angry, it's that you have built up emotion that you have not released, and you haven't released certain things. Some of you have been too focused on releasing in a different way, okay? You know what I'm talking about? Releasing down there. but it's done nothing for you is what I'm picking up on. It's been pointless releases. Not really intimacy, just kind of just, you know, fucks. So it hasn't been necessarily intimacy. So yeah, some of you may want to, you know, look into sperm retention. What else? As I say that, sexual energy on the bottom of the deck, I can't make this shit up. Grounding also came out, okay? So there's a need to ground yourself in your energy. You know, you've been giving out your energy energetically, sexually, physically, you know, mentally. You've been giving out your energy to everybody, and you don't have enough for yourself. So now you feel depleted, you feel drained. You look in the mirror, you don't even feel like yourself. You don't look like yourself anymore. You know, you looking a little bit tired and ran down in the face. You know, that's because you done gave all your energy out to everybody else to have a piece of it, you know, and you don't even keep your energy for a long period of time. So like I said, sexual energy here, sperm retention, you know, celibacy, you know, to pull back so that you can regain your energy back. You can charge yourself up, you know, charge your energy back up. That's something to where you may want to look more into that. I can't remember too much because I don't really look too much into male stuff, but I believe, you know, that's something to where when y'all hold back sperm retention, when you hold back, it's something to it's your light force is what I'll say. It's your light force. So you give away so much light force to all these different people or just to people in general, and it's just it's pointless, you know, pointless sex. You know, it's something to where it's depleting you and draining you instead of you holding on to some of that light force energy and exchanging with somebody who actually is your flow of your exchange is tantric sex. So it's like it's to where back in ancient times, you know, sex was a ritual. So, you know, sexual things was ritualistic to where, you know, at times they would also have like group orgies and such like that because it was a ritualistic thing to where it was power. You know, sacral energy holds power. Sacred sex holds power. That's our manifestation here, okay? So, you know, when you are giving off dead energy, you know, and having dead, you know, sex is not necessarily doing anything for you, but pleasuring you for, you know, for guilty pleasures or just for just temporarily pleasure. Okay, but it's also depleting your energy instead of exchanging with someone who you help co-create and coexist. You know, that's why also, you know, women, you know, when you coexist and you co-create, there's a child that is, you know, that comes through a whole portal here. You know, it's we literally are walking portals. So you literally create and manifest a child, you know, through sexual exchange. That is beautiful. So it's like we have to start bringing more into sacredness, you know, when it comes to our energy and our bodies and, you know, what we decide to give our light force to, our energy to. So really ground yourself with that energy, okay? Really pull back and value yourself, you know, also as well. Your value is not necessarily, you know, through energetic exchanges that are, you know, not necessarily good for you. You know, your value is knowing how to pull back, knowing when to be, you know, of value of yourself just in general, you know, valuing who you are, you know, valuing your energy, knowing your energy, you know, knowing who you are, you know, as an individual, you know, spiritually or, you know, here on this physical plane, for sure here, okay? One more from here. Said 2 instead. All right, yeah, you're ascending. All right, there's some sort of ascension here. Hey, Yeah, movement into balance and divine timing. This is divine timing, all right? Some of you can be seeing 1010 also as well. All right, but this is your time. This is divine timing. This is exactly when, you feel like you're out of alignment, but you're in alignment. All right? You're right on time. You are hitting the mark where you need to hit the mark. It's just you need to embrace it, okay? So it's that energy of, this is something that I was feeling earlier today, and I had I really sat and prayed about it also as well. Is sometimes we're ushered into certain timelines of ourselves, and we have to catch up, physically. So it's like spiritually I'm on a whole different timeline. Like, but physically, it's like I can sometimes struggle with being there, keep meeting up with my spirituality, is what I'm trying to say. So it's like, say for instance, spirit has ushered you spiritually into a timeline to where you're on divine timing. You're in this ascension, you're in this growth, you're in this integration, and it's like physically you're still trying to figure things out. You're still in this space to where you're kind of confused, or you're still into this space to where you're not necessarily aligning fully with your spiritual path. So it's like it's like that energy of, you're conscious of it, but it's like physically you feel like you're still kind of behind, but really you're not. It's like, really what it is you are help me out, spirit. It's almost like you're in denial. It's one of those things to where you feel in denial about it, like of being where you're supposed to be. Like I said, for instance, I'll speak for myself. Like, me in my spiritual journey, or just me in my journey right now, in the timeline I'm in right now, like, it's you have to really balance your nervous system, because sometimes I feel like I have to rebalance myself and my nervous system, because my nervous system has been out of whack for so long, and I felt very scared, and in a scarcity mindset, to where I wasn't able to necessarily catch up to where I was at spiritually. So it's like it's like you're like on a hamster wheel, to where it's like you don't necessarily trust where you're at. That's what I'm picking up on. Like, you don't trust where you're at mentally or spiritually, but you're there, but you're just physically not there. So it's like, get in alignment, get there physically. Trust in divine timing, trust in where you're being ushered into, trust that this is actually something grounding. Okay, staying grounded, grounding your physical body, so you can align it. When you ground your physical body, getting yourself out in nature, pulling back from sexual desires at the time, or taking that time to kind of be to yourself, meditation and things like that. That's when you can be in the present moment. So it's like, like I said, it's like you're in 3 different timelines at once. That's why time is not an illusion, because you need to be in the present moment, but you're living in the past, but you're spiritually up in the future. So it's like, that's 3 different timelines. That's past, present, and future, all in once. And it's like, you're back here in the past because you haven't physically grounded yourself to be in the present moment. And then it's like your spiritual self is pretty much in the present, but to you're in the past, so that makes it seem like you're in the future, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, so it's like, grounding yourself so you can be more in the present moment, so you can understand what you're receiving through divine, and so you can get in alignment with that timeline. Okay. And it takes practice. Like, it really, like, this is something that I still struggle with myself, and I'm over here preaching it, but I'm not afraid to tell nobody that, I'm human, and I can still, I still have these, these things that I gotta, work through, because I'm not perfect. So it's like, we have to practice this on it, however much we can practice it, so that we can be in routine, so this can be something that can come more at ease, with ourselves. Stay grounded. Well, this is definitely your message. All right, let's see. What else here for the collective? Link is in the bio. If you do want to get a personal reading, tomorrow is October. So opportunity October. All right, y'all got some opportunities that you can walk into. All right. but I will be having 25% off, I believe, of my readings. So my full readings will be $33.33 for, I believe, the phone reading. But check it out. Link is in the bio. I'll be posting the special and I'll be posting the special tomorrow. I may go ahead and turn it on tonight, also as well here. But if you want to book a personal reading, the link is in the bio to book a personal. I will also be having a full moon special. So look out for that. It will be in my post area on my page. So I'll be posting the full moon special also as well. That will be a 3-card pull. I will text that to you and you'll get a message on the full moon. This is a significant full moon. This is a harvest full moon. So, you know, this is definitely before the 10-10 portal. 10-10 is closing a cycle, moving on to a new cycle. So, you know, what is it that you're needing to close out before that 10-10 cycle? You know, what is it that you're needing to close out that you've been getting ushered into letting go and releasing with this harvest moon, this full moon? Full moons are meant for you to release. New moons is meant for you to bring in more energy and manifest. But also with this full moon, Spirit has been telling me also it's like you can release and you can manifest with this full moon also as well, because it's a harvest moon. So we're moving into, you know, we have that was it fall equinox, you know, and we're moving into a new season. So, you know, what are you harvesting, you know, and what are you letting go? You know, we see harvest in fall season, and we also see the leaves let go, and we see the leaves fall. So, you know, you're letting certain things go to bring in new manifestations. All right. Yeah, like I said, something's bittersweet here. And like I said, there's people that may be gossiping, someone may be talking, you know, monitoring spirits, like I said, you know, earlier in the message. And like I said, this energy is very bittersweet, you know, to you, to where you're like, you feel a little bit anxious about, you know, this. But see, with this energy, you're celebrating a new version of yourself. Look at this person, they just seem unbothered. Like, it's like they're uninterested in what this spirit guide is bringing to them. So it's like you feel uninterested because it's like I don't want to say you're out of alignment, because you're in alignment, but it's like you feel like you're not in alignment, but you're actually in alignment, because a lot of things is just kind of bittersweet. A lot of things is not necessarily going in your way per se, but it's actually going in your way, just not the way you would want it to. Okay. What else? Service also as well here. Someone could be a CNA. Someone could just have a healing energy. You have a very healing energy also as well here. You may connect with older folks a lot. Someone may tell you that you have like an older soul also. You may be kind of very much been here multiple times on earth. You have reincarnated so many times, and this is why also, you know, you have so much wisdom that is within you, because you have reincarnated so many times. You're an old soul. Okay, so you may be an old soul here. You're not really hip to everything, you know, what people got going on. You know, you like a little bit more of a, you know, traditional ways or traditional things and conventional things, you know, very old school is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, there's a need for you to release this insecurity that you have also as well. That's a fear, okay, with this red root chakra energy. There's something that you're fearing that you need to go ahead and release and put to an end, okay? So there's something that you need to go ahead and let go. I feel like this is an energy to where you're needing to release also. You know, you need to release as far as a purge, an emotional release. Some of you may have a release around the full moon. Sometimes you can get a little bit more emotional around the full moon, because emotion deals with the moon. The moon is emotions. So you may be a little bit more emotional around the full moon because that's what it's supposed to bring. So like I said, for those that are pros at, you know, not crying and holding it strong, all right, let it go. Let it go. All right, release it so that you can purge out that energy. um One thing I've noticed about myself is, you know, sometimes I would have a hard time, you know, releasing as far as crying sometimes because I'm very intellectual. So I will intellectualize so many things to where I would think about everything about that situation to where it doesn't even cause a feeling to me anymore. To where I'll just intellectualize it. And that's something that, you know, I'm navigating through because um I used to be very, very emotional, you know, and then I kept closing myself off to my emotions because the people that I was around, I didn't feel safe of, you know, expressing myself. Um, and then there was people that I dealt with that pretty much told me I was fake crying, and I was never fake crying. So I got to a point to where I literally would hold my tears back and you know, to where it's been a little bit, you know, tough kind of navigating sometimes of my emotions, but my emotions are directly connected with my gifts because, you know, I'm a healer, I'm an intuitive. So, you know, that's why, you know, sometimes spirit be helping me with, you know, releasing and crying as well and getting back into my, you know, my emotions because I'm very much, you know, an empath. So I can feel other people's emotions and things like that. And when I'm off balance, you know, then I'm delivering off balance, and that's not who I am, you know. So yeah, but to the professional holding it in, all right, release, okay? It is safe for you to release. You know, don't feel like you're weak or anything like that because, you know, you're releasing. What I've noticed when I, you know, cry and let go of all of it, um I for sure like to do something, you know, as far as uplifting my spirits afterwards because I don't like to stay in no sad energy. So I'll uplift my spirits, turn on some music that I like, you know, and transmute that energy. So it's like you let it out, you released it. Now you got to transmute the energy, transmute the emotion, you know, the sadness to where now you're going to feel much more uplifted. You're going to feel in better spirits because you purged out energy that is no longer wanting in your body. You know, we purge in multiple different ways. You know, you use the bathroom, you know, the number two, by purging the energy that your body no longer needs, you know. So it's like you sweat, you know, your body sweats when you no longer need certain energy, you know, to cleanse out your body. So, you know, that's the same thing with our cries. That's the same thing with our emotions, is we have to purge out that energy so that we can get more creative in the energy that we're needing to bring in as far as manifestations. You can't be clogged up, okay? So you got to declog. Declog spiritually, declog mentally, declog physically, all right? One more here. No, that's way too many. All right, they're telling me to switch. Rejection, all right? You may be feeling a little bit of rejection, all right? But rejection is protection also as well here, all right? Close this out for the collective. They're telling me to switch. Hold on. All right, period. You're welcome, Tony. Hello, Lee. Thanks for all the commentary. Seminar, the great. Desert of isolation, okay? Desert of isolation. It says here, traverse the desolate spaces of solitude to uncover reflections and resilient survival, okay? Embrace solitude. Embrace when you are being called to come back to yourself. You're being called to come back to yourself because you're overfilling, you're overgiving. You're overgiving your energy. Like I've been saying, okay? Y'all are overgiving your energy and y'all need to stop that, all right? your energy is precious. All right, so you're in a new timeline to where now you are understanding what energy is, and even though you may have already know what energy has been, it's just you're being more consciously aware. Okay, you're being more intentional is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, wise counsel. Okay, getting advice, wise counsel. All right, so it says here, seek guidance from trusted friends or mentors to help you along. This is that inner light bulb though, because like I was saying in the beginning of the message, that you are getting counsel or talking to people that are not on the same energetic level as you. They're not on the same path. They're not going the same way. They're leading you over towards their direction when you need to go towards this direction. So with this getting advice, this wise counsel, you know, spiritual, you know, who are you aligned with? Who's aligned with your values? You know, where do you see your life at? You know, getting advice is not bad from other people. Like I said, you know, seeking outside of yourself. But is this someone that you're seeking outside of yourself that is actually, do you see them as someone who you see your life, your path, your life going down that path? Or do you kind of question, you know, like their life choices? Like, to me, like, I feel like we can get advisement from anyone. You know, you can get someone, you know, you can get advisement from someone on the streets. You know, anybody can give some sort of advice, but it's like, is it the right advice for you? Is it aligned with you? Is it, you know, in your highest good? You feel me? Sometimes there are certain things that we can use from people that may not have as much as us, or may not, you know, we may not feel as much, you know, as conscious as us, but you know, it just all depends on how you transmute it, how you receive the message. Okay? One more. Soul whispers, okay? Ashe? Soul whispers. Like I said, this is that light from within, okay? So it's like when you encounter someone who's aligned with you, it's something that you already know. It's something that is already in you, that you has already had an incline about. I'm here telling you exactly what you know already. You know this already, okay? Like, it's like you felt this already, but you just didn't necessarily lean into it. So it's like now this is your confirmation to go ahead and lean more into it, okay? So it's like, look beyond the words and hear what is really being said right now, all right? Which is what's your soul calling you to do? What's your soul saying? Is your soul asking you to rest? Is your soul asking you to, you know, give out all your energy? No, it's not. It's calling you back to yourself. It's calling you back home. It's calling you back home. Hear what's unsaid. Meditation, quiet moments, okay? I literally labeled this. Spirit told me to label this live. I can't remember what it was, but it's literally, it has something to do with being still, okay? So definitely confirmation here. And then I'm looking at the bottom of the deck here and it says raise your vibration, all right? This has everything to do with you raising your vibration at this time. And when you raise your vibration, not everybody's able to come. Not everybody's going to understand where you're at. Not everybody's going to understand when you raise your vibration, okay? All right, I'm going to get a couple from here and I'm going to close this out. Ashe. Yeah, the distraction of shiny things, okay? Stop being distracted of things that are shiny, okay? Like things that are temptation, all right? Temptation is can distract people, you know. Consuming, what are you consuming also at this time? You know, are you over consuming certain things, you know, to where it's distracting you? You know, turn the TV off, turn the TV off. Hey, turn the TV off, turn the TV off. Is what I'm hearing, all right? Sometimes you need to take some time away from watching TV all the time. You know, being a couch potato is what I'm picking up on. You know, just what are you consuming, all right? Not saying you can't watch TV, but it's like maybe take some time from watching TV. Go outside, you know, go do some journaling, go do some shadow work, you know, read a book, you know, if you on TV, watch a podcast. All right. Close this message out for the collective. Someone can be a Gemini. Someone's an Eagles fan, a football Eagles fan. One step is all you need. One step ahead is all you need. One step at a time. Somebody once told me that. One step is all you need, and I took that step and I did it, and I'm here today. So one step is all you need, all right? What else here? Creator alchemy. All right, what was I just talking about? I was talking about alchemizing this energy, wasn't I? All right. One thing Spirit gonna do is back me the fuck up. All right, period. So alchemize your energy at this time. You are the creator of your reality. What is it that you're needing to transmute at this time? What are you needing to alchemize within your energy at this time? Okay. What is needed to be transmuted? How can you create more of the life that you want at this time? What type of steps do you need in order to create this life that you want to go towards? Do you even know what type of life you want to live? Do you even know what type of energy you want to feel? Feel it now. You know, start visualizing it. Feel it. Be it also. It's like, you know, we like to be like, oh, when I do this, I'll do this. You know, oh, when I get this, I'll start doing this. No, do it now. Just do it now. You know, and everything else will follow. You know, it takes just one step. Shift the way to new potential. All right. Shift the way to new potential and external validation. Okay, external validation. What was I just talking about earlier today? I was just early in this message, external validation. Don't seek this external validation of what you know in your heart and what your soul is literally telling you and desiring you at this time. Okay, shift your way to the new potential. What is it? What is your potential right now? Everybody can have potential. You know, a lot of times people just go off of potential and think that that's going to keep, you know, that's going to keep you or that's going to last. You know, like, for instance, like with me, I was staying in a certain relationship because it had potential. You know, it had potential to grow. It was, you know, oh, this person had potential to be a certain type of man and da da da. But that man wasn't showing up as the person that he was actually potentially supposed to be. So it's like everybody can have potential, but it's like, what are you going to do with your potential? What are you going to do with that energy? You know, what are you going to create with that energy of potential? You know, what are you going to do? All right, are you going to take the step, or are you just going to be potential all the time? You know, like, no, we're going to take them steps. All right, if you over here on my channel, you're going to take them steps. All right, but that is the message. Okay, I hope you guys got your message today. Spirit is telling me to do a cleanse also as well here, so if you would like to have a cleanse, stay on the live here. Some of you, it may not activate automatically, but the full moon, you will definitely have a release is what I'm picking up on. So let that energy move through your body. Let me get my stuff together real quick though. Hey, Crystal. Thank you for liking the live. Also, I appreciate it. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? I Never Thought I'd See the Day by Sade. Well, you better believe it, all right? Some of y'all, whoever this is, message for, all right, you better believe it. You better believe that you've seen the day, all right? That these things will start ascending for you. That some things you got to release and let go. That some things that you was manifesting, that you are actually going to come into fruition. Hey. Alright, gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, my highest life for assisting me in this cleanse. For those that are willing to receive this energetic cleanse here. To allow this cleanse from now to the full moon to activate their emotions, to cleanse and purge out any energy that is unwanted within their body, within their spirit, within their mind at this time. Help them to be able to release the things that they're needing to release that no longer serves them. If you accept this cleanse, just say to yourself that you accept this energetic cleanse. You can say it in your head, or you can just say it out loud wherever you're at. Gratitude for cleansing my energy, Ashe. If you're ready to receive this cleanse, take some time of stillness. Close your eyes. Get comfortable. Close your eyes and envision a white light surrounding you, that you're in this white bubble of purification, of purity. Someone needs to unclench their jaw. Relax your mouth. Relax your shoulders also is what I'm picking up on. As you're seeing this white light around you, If you can't see it, that's okay. But just close your eyes. Ashe. Gratitude for the heart chakra cleanse, divine. Thank you, I feel you. This is literally called Exploring the Soul. This song's, this particular native flute song, is called Exploring the Soul. My spirit team sends me this often, so I know they're here. I can see them also. They're sending me lights. But they're here to assist in this cleanse here. For those that have been feeling stuck and stagnant, if you've been feeling kind of off balance, allow this cleanse from today to the full moon. You'll feel it. Gratitude. Gratitude for reaching the heart chakra at this time. Ashe, for cleansing and purifying the energy. Some of you may feel this in your stomach. Spirit's telling me to tell someone to roll their neck slowly. Your neck has been hurting lately. So gently just let your neck fall and just roll your neck around slowly. Gratitude, divine, for this divine energetic cleanse at this time, for assisting those that are needing a little bit of nudge of aligning themselves, energetically cleansing themselves at this time. Allow it to energetically push through and penetrate that heart chakra energy so that they can allow themselves to receive and release what is needed at this time. That feels good. That feels amazing. All right. Allow some time to come back. 1, 2, 3, as I look up at the numbers. 1, 2, 3 is that energy of forward movement. It's the steps that you take. 1, 2, 3. Some of you could be seeing 12, 23, 1, 2, 3, 11, 11, 12, 12, 10, 10. So allow a little bit of time to come back. Gratitude, I call back all of my energy cleansed and purified and amplified to my highest light. I send back all of their energy cleansed and purified and amplified to their highest light. Ashe. Gratitude, divine. Ashe. They're telling me one more card. What's the last message you have for this collective at this time? Gratitude, Spirit. Thank you. Purple, crown chakra. Like I said, those that are feeling a lot of pressure in their mind, a lot of pressure, a lot of things going on within the mental state, fogginess, this would be clearing up soon. And also, this is something to where you may be overthinking a lot of things that you just need to go ahead and release. It says, socialize or join in, make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by involved with people of group like-minded people. So like I said, we was talking about earlier in this message of these people that we were releasing and letting go because we're no longer energetically aligned. This is Spirit literally telling you to get around people that are more aligned of what values you have, the things that you are valuing now for this new timeline, this new shift in, the things that you're wanting to go towards. Advisement, when it comes to advisement, going towards people that actually, have this knowledge and this wisdom of the direction that you're wanting to go, okay? And know that you're not alone in this new shift, in this change. Just because the people that you have always known for so long is no longer going to be always around does not mean that you are empty. It doesn't mean that, you know, you don't have other people that are willing to see you for who you are, or see you on the energetic level, or have the same values, or cherish certain things that you actually truly desire and cherish. So open yourself up to that. This is literally a card of telling you that you are safe to create these this energy here. Okay, 1 2 3 again, as I look up at the time. So heavy on 1 2 3 12 23, heavy on that energy. All right, so yeah, some of you may be getting dreams also. Something's very significant about the downloads that you're receiving. This is another reason why you're needing to be in this receptive energy, to where you're still and you can receive the energy that you're receiving through that crown chakra, through your, you know, through your mind's eye, through your crown. You know, you're receiving downloads. You're receiving energy through your dreams also as well here. Okay. Flute of grace. Have more grace within yourself. Okay. Be more graceful. You know, allow this time, yeah, wellness. Okay, when you're more in a graceful energy, this is part of wellness. All right, this is that green energy, like I said, that heart chakra energy. So spirit definitely was sending this energy to your heart chakra and also to your crown chakra, because I'm picking up on this is the energy to where you're feeling very overwhelmed, but you're also feeling repressed. All right, so this is going to help you cleanse out that energy. All right, y'all. Thank you for the likes. All right. Peace and love. Hopefully you guys come back and tell me after the full moon that you had your cleanse. If not, you know, I know it'll happen because I'm very aware of my gifts. So yeah. But yeah. Peace and love to y'all. Good luck on your journey. If I don't see you after today, welcome to the fam. If you recently subscribed to my channel, like I said, look out for the specials that will be for October. It is Opportunity October, okay? So, you know, step into this new energy. You're welcome, Tony. But step into this new energy. Really get excited about this new energy. You know, don't be too worried about the things that are falling off. Okay. And I say this often also when it comes to fall season, or when it comes to the trees, you don't see the branches starting to pick back up them leaves or anything, because they know they're going to grow new growth in a new season. So it's not necessarily being too worried about the things that fall off, because sometimes things just got to go. So yeah. Thank you, Crystal. You too. But yeah, so just allow things to flow. You know, it's not saying that things are going to hurt when it comes to things, you know, falling off, because it definitely does hurt to let go of certain things, or, you know, creating boundaries, or whatever the case may be, or being more distant. It definitely does hurt, but it doesn't mean that your life is over. Okay. So be excited. All right. Be more happy. Have more grace with yourself, and like I said, prepare for this new shift and this new timeline that you're walking through, and be ready for it. All right, really mustered up the energy of being happy at this time, okay, and flowing through. But I'm gonna get off of here. I've been on here for a while. Much love. Talk to you guys later.